Season 4, Episode 6. What's going on, guys? Alright, so getting to another episode, trying to keep them closer together as much as possible. So after last night's game, the the Packers are now the number one team in the power rankings due to the fact that the Cardinals just lost to the Rams, and the Rams were below both of them. That puts the Rams, I believe, now probably like number 3 power ranking wise. Cardinals 10-3 now, Rams 9-4, Niners 7-6, and the Seahawks they're on a win streak, but they're 5-8. Like they lost too many games. I think it looks like it's a little too late for the Seahawks this year to do anything. I mean, if they win out, they have a slight chance, but it's not looking too hot for them with already 8 losses. Buccaneers 10-3. I think Buccaneers are sitting at the 2 spot. Packers number 1. Cardinals might be more than likely the 3 slot. I believe Cowboys are 4. And yeah. AFC, and let's see. So AFC rankings, we have AFC East, Patriots first, Bills second, Dolphins third, Jets last. AFC West, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. Raiders are looking really, really bad after that loss to the Chiefs over the weekend. Ravens aren't looking too hot with the injury to Lamar Jackson. They're still sitting atop the AFC North due to the fact that the Bengals lost to the Niners in overtime, which I was really happy about because that was a game the Niners needed to win if they wanted to be in the playoff hunt. And the AFC North is looking very, very competitive now. Ravens are 8-5, Browns, Bengals are 7-6, and the Steelers are 6-1. Steelers are looking super iffy for the outlook of the rest of the season, but the division is very tightly competitive right now. If Steelers lose another one, I feel like that opens it up for the Browns and Bengals to try to fight for the 2 spot in that division. Obviously, they're trying to win the division. It's very close now. Ravens are on a 2-game losing streak. And the Bengals are also on a 2-game losing streak. Browns have a chance to take over the division. I think they'll be the team to take the division if there is anyone else to be at the top of the division besides the Ravens. AFC South, you have the Titans, Colts, Texans, Jaguars. Texans, Jaguars, just count them out. They already both have 11 losses. They look awful. Jaguars, especially in their last game, look terrible against the Titans. And Trevor Lawrence is looking a little rough around the edges right now. That's what teams get for drafting high for a quarterback and thinking that quarterback's going to turn their team around. Those top 2-3 picks, man, you gotta let them develop. I feel like you gotta work with what you got at first. You can't just jump to conclusions and start throwing these rookies out there. Chicago's having the same issue as well. Let's see, standings. Why am I only getting American League? Let me go back one. Let's see. All right, I'm pulling up the NFC standings right now, and keeps just giving me the AFC. Okay, we're gonna. There we go. NFC Cowboys in the NFC East. Words are hard today. Cowboys 9-4. Washington 6-7, Eagles 6-7, Giants 4-9. I think that you can go ahead and count the Giants eliminated, not officially, but pretty sure you just count them out for now. Other than that, so Washington has that slight chance. Their chances are very slim now after just losing to the Cowboys in the divisional game over the weekend. Cowboys are sitting 9-4. You can pretty much guarantee you that the Cowboys are probably going to be in the playoff picture. Sitting at 9-4, they could finish. They could win out the season. They are looking pretty nice. NFC West is very, very competitive right now. With the Rams winning their last 2 games, they're sitting at 9-4. Cardinals are 10-3, and let's see, Niners 7-6, and Seahawks 5-8. Seahawks chances of getting anywhere at 5-8. I mean, they're winning, but I think they got Russ back not in time. They're also, just as a team, they're looking a little shaky for the season so far. They've been very inconsistent. They're not doing good, like pretty much home and away. 2-4 and 3-4. It's not very good records to have. Usually teams are better either away or home. Rams are sitting at a high competitive level, and the Cardinals, I don't know what to think of the Cardinals right now. 7-0 away, but home they're 3-3. Like, it's weird to see a team do that bad on their home field. Cardinals, after losing J.J. Watt, they lost Kyler Murray for a little bit. They lost D-Hop for a little bit. They got the injury bug, as well as the other teams in the division also have it. But Niners are on a rise. They got a couple more injuries after that game, and the overtime win against the Bengals, 26-23. I was very excited while watching that game, catching it here and there as I could through NFL Red Zone, due to the fact that I'm not on the West Coast, so I usually catch the tail end of games or nothing at all. I usually have to rely on watching replays and all that fun stuff. Packers are now ranked number 1. I think the NFC so far is going to come down to the Packers and Buccaneers. I feel like are going to be the NFC Championship game, pending how other teams do in the playoffs. Cardinals are not looking like the favorites anymore after last night's game against the Rams, and totally losing the fuck out of that game. They are not looking good at all. Let's see. Other than that, we haven't had a whole lot happen. Odell Beckham looks as if he's back to his old self. Steph Curry is back to getting not back. Steph Curry is getting, I believe they said he's about 2 threes away from breaking the 3-point record held by Ray Allen. It's going to be in Madison Square Garden, because he only needs to make, I believe, 2 threes to finally hold the title of most threes made ever. I don't think anyone thought that record would be broken anytime soon. Obviously, Steph Curry is going to set a really high bar on that record. As for one, the season's not even over. 2, we don't really know when he's going to retire. And 3, I don't think he's going to retire anywhere in the near future, possibly. Who knows, though? Some players, I feel like it's a year-to-year thing, depending on, one, how seasons go, how their health is, year in and year out, yada, yada, yada. But Steph Curry's looking to set a really big record, I believe. And the Warriors, I think it's safe to say they're a top 5 team again. I believe they're still holding the top spot. Yes. Big sad news. Demaryius Thomas is no longer with us. He passed away, they said, in his home. They said possibly due to a seizure. That's sad. He was pretty young, 33 years old. Rest in peace. That was like a huge, like, change of events, and I believe a shock to a lot of people, especially Denver fans. Like, huge shock. Let's see. Just kind of trying to think of stuff that's been going on since the last episode. Obviously, NFL power rankings have changed quite a bit. There hasn't been a whole lot of change. Dustin Poirier lost to Oliveira in the title fight. So now Conor obviously is he's asking, oh, when is my chance at the title, which I don't see how he comes up with the fact that he deserves a shot at the title. Doesn't really add up to me, if you ask me. I'm just gonna start bullshitting with you guys now about random things. Thursday, I will be definitely checking out the new Spider-Man. I'm super excited about that. It's been a freaking hot minute since what's it called? A new movie that's worth watching in theaters has come out. Some people think Marvel's not worth watching in theaters. Well, I do. Let's see. Steph Curry. That's all that's to talk about in basketball right now. He's going to be the king of threes. Plays tonight against the Knicks. Unfortunately, the Knicks have to be a part of him breaking a record, because it's gonna happen. He's only got to make 2 threes. The only way it wouldn't happen is if, like, something crazy happens, like where he can't even show up and play. But other than that, I don't really see anything happening. Let's see. College football. Let's see. Let me pull that up. We have Cincinnati at number 4. Where? I'm trying to pull it up. Georgia's number 1. Georgia's number 2, and Michigan's number 2, and Georgia is 3, I want to say, and Alabama's 1. I know that was a roundabout way of finding it. I hope Michigan comes out for the championship game. I believe the games are coming up this upcoming weekend. A lot of bowl games too. It's kind of odd seeing Cincinnati make the top 4, because I don't really. I mean, they're sitting at 4, but I don't really see them coming out on top. Come time for the championship game, I think it's gonna probably be between Georgia and Alabama again. Depending on how these games go. Excuse me. And other than that, like, and I guess there's been talks about football expansion, the playoff expansion. Yes. Let's see, the semifinal, Michigan against Georgia. Let's see. Boop. Happening on the 31st, Christmas Eve. Oh, wow, they got quite a bit of time to prepare for that. Well, seeming now that I didn't think about that. They have pretty much the whole month, this whole month that they've been able to prepare for that, which in a way, I guess, helps them out. College football ranking: Bama 1, Michigan 2, 3 Georgia, 4 Cincinnati. I feel like easily, if it wasn't for Cincinnati being 13-0, I feel like that's the only reason why they're sitting at 4. If it wasn't for that, it would probably be Notre Dame sitting at the 4 spot, because the rest of the teams in the top 4 have 1 loss except for Cincinnati. But Cincinnati didn't really play anyone all season long to even be in the top 4. It's really shocking to see, to be honest. MLB, had their big contract signing so far. And, there's always talks of what will the Yankees do next. And it wouldn't shock me at all if the Yankees start pulling in big names. They do it every year. It's not like it's a shock to anybody. They're the richest team in baseball. They're gonna pull something out of their ass. And then I believe this is the final year for Barry Bonds to make the Hall of Fame. I think he deserves to make it in. Now, obviously, it's it's gonna be an iffy subject. If he doesn't make it, I feel like that's gonna be a player in MLB history that everyone's gonna think of a Hall of Famer, but never became one. Now, they got a little tracker. Let me pull up this tracker, actually. I want to check this out. Yeah, the latest MLB signing was 2 weeks ago. Stroman to the Chicago Cubs. And you got Chris Taylor got brought back to the Dodgers. Yeah, we pretty much went over all of these. Other than that, there's really nothing going on. Let's see. I don't really follow NHL a whole lot. Maybe that's something I could get into that we could start talking about, but I never really had the desire to watch NHL, and it's just one of the sports that never really interests me. Sorry for everyone that's looking for hockey content. The only concern with Packers sitting at number 1 is the health of Aaron Rodgers. Totally forgot about his toe injury. That, I feel like, has to be somewhat brought into the conversation of how much more can he take before he has to sit out. Rams beating the Cardinals was a bit of a shock to me. It looks like Rams are starting to pull it together, which, yes, they are a team that I feel as if other teams should fear a little bit more now than anything, just because they're pulling it together in time for the playoffs, which means for teams that are going to be in the playoffs, they're going to be a very hard team to beat. They are a very solid team from offensive side and defensive side. Everyone knew that coming into the season. It should be no shock that they're sitting 9-4. If people are shocked that they're sitting 9-4, especially after picking up Odell, even though there was questions about Odell being a locker room cancer, but it seems to be that is not the case. He is thriving now in LA compared to when he was in Cleveland. So you got to start wondering whether or not damn, I just went blank. Whether they should start questioning, I feel like they should start questioning Cleveland in their ways if their season doesn't work out too well. They seem to be doing fine without him, though, so we shall see. I hate to say it, but Urban Meyer's riding some very very thin ice for being the head coach of the Jaguars. It looks like there's been rumors and stuff going around that the players don't respect him. He has zero control, yada, yada, yada. This is just small little snippets of stuff that I've heard. And the Jaguars aren't looking too good, nor is his quarterback. They had a lot of faith in, and he seems to not be working out at all. There's just some people that are busts when it comes to being in the NFL. The NFL is a lot faster, bigger, stronger game at that level, and some players thrive and some don't. So far, he has not. Other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot of news. So far, if we had to pick teams to make it in, so Patriots obviously are looking at being AFC favorites again. 7-game win streak. I think that's the longest winning streak going in the league right now, besides the Chiefs' 6-game win streak. Just to say it off the rip, anyone coming out of the NFC West is obviously, I feel, a favorite for the title game in a way. Whether that be Cardinals, Rams, Niners, and Buccaneers, I feel as if they keep going what they got going with their 4-game win streak as well. They are obviously the NFC favorite, obviously being the Super Bowl champs. And you can never count Brady out. You can never count Rodgers out. He has lost quite a few times in the playoffs, so especially in the NFC Championship game. It'd be cool to finally see the Cowboys make the postseason. It looks like they finally are. Hopefully they're not a elimination already. Oh, yes, here we are. Houston Texans, Jaguars, and Jets are eliminated already. So the elimination process has started. Lions eliminated already. Other than that, no one else is eliminated from the playoffs. So it is a big open picture. Obviously, next week is going to play a huge factor in who is and isn't eliminated. Let's see. Really, other than that, there isn't a whole lot going on. Christmas is around the corner, and we have an interesting week 15 coming up. So next week's games, we got KC versus Chargers. I think KC's gonna walk away with the win. Raiders versus Cleveland. I was rooting for the Raiders for a while, but I just don't think they're gonna. It doesn't seem like they're gonna pull through to have a good season anymore. So Cleveland comes out on top. New England Colts. New England wins that. Colts are a tough team though. They have the top running back in the league. Carolina looks like a lost cause. Buffalo comes out on top for that game. Arizona, Detroit. Arizona should have an easy win. Damn. So they'll be more than likely 11-3 after that one. Jets versus Miami. Miami is a sleeper team. They're sitting at 6-7, which is kind of shocking that they've gone this far so far. I thought Miami would definitely already be out for the count already. Dallas and New York. Dallas should win that game. Washington and Philly. I see that's a good matchup. Two very evenly matched teams. I think Washington comes out on top. Tennessee, Pittsburgh. Tennessee should win that game. Houston and Jacksonville. I don't really care who wins that game. It's a fucking evenly matched two shitty teams. Both teams are eliminated. Doesn't really matter. Cincinnati and Denver are playing each other. And I believe Cincinnati should win that, but if they don't, Denver does have a chance. San Francisco versus Atlanta. Niners have suffered against Atlanta in the past. They, for whatever reason, those games are always tight. Hopefully Niners, excuse me. Hopefully Niners come out on top. Seattle and the Rams. Rams should win that game. And I think if Seattle loses next week, they should no longer be considered playoff contenders, I believe. Green Bay, Baltimore. Green Bay is probably going to win that game because Baltimore is beat up. And New Orleans and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to win that. Minnesota versus Chicago. With Chicago losing in their last game, I think Minnesota has a chance to redeem themselves and become 500 again. Minnesota does look like a pretty decent team. I don't think they're going to be playoff contenders, though. But it seems like you can't really count teams out, though, this time of year. Because sometimes teams flip a switch and they make it. So, other than that, that's my upcoming next week win-losses predictions. Just off the top of my head. Hopefully on the next episode we can start talking about some more entertaining stuff. Hopefully I can get one out before Christmas. And I'll keep you guys updated with any breaking news, I guess, and stuff like that. Go ahead, you already know what to do. Subscribe, tell a friend, get the word out there, tell people about the podcast. You guys are about to break me on about 400 plays total. I'm sitting at about 393. And it looks like I'm starting to average about, 20, 30 plays an episode. It seems like it's starting to spread out a little bit better, which is cool. I like to see it grow. I do appreciate you guys listening, and that pretty much wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening.